Hello, my name is Katie McKinney, and I'm the founder and the head of school for the Classical Academy de Lafayette. Over the last few months, I've received a number of people asking, what's with the name Lafayette and what about this logo? And I'm so glad you've asked because so much of the inspiration for this school has come from this remarkable man named the Marquis de Lafayette. Unfortunately, many people do not know who this American hero is, though he was a Frenchman. And I have to admit, I was one of those up until a few years ago. I'm going to break this video up into a couple of components because there's just so much that I want you to know, which will help you understand the inspiration behind the name for the school. But to start us off, I wanted to share this book with you. It's called Why Not Lafayette by Jean Fritz. Jean Fritz has written over 60 books, many directed towards our youth, and she has all focused many of them on historical people, historical events, historical documents. She is a fabulous writer. She unfortunately passed last year, but if you ever have a chance to check out her books, they're fantastic. So we checked out this book and we began reading it a few years ago. And as we did, we fell in love with this amazing man who we never even knew about. And yet you see, probably in your town, especially here in St. Louis, there are so many Lafayettes, Lafayette Park and Lafayette Avenue, Lafayette High School, and yet I would venture to say most people don't even know who that is. So in any case, we read this book, and as we did, we found ourselves, we were on spring break and we were going towards Mount Vernon. We go up into Mount Vernon, we take a tour of the house, and as we are upstairs, we see on one side George and Martha Washington's bedroom on one side, and on the other, we look across the hall and my daughter says, "Wait a minute, isn't that Lafayette?" And we ask the museum curator there, and she says, as a matter of fact, that is Lafayette. That was his room when he would come and stay with the Washingtons. And as it turns out, as we began to learn, it turns out not only was Lafayette not only did he become a general for the American colonies, but he also became a surrogate son to George Washington. They were that close. George Washington never had any of his own children. He only had the children that Martha brought in from a previous marriage. So this was a very special relationship, a unique one between Lafayette and Washington. I'll leave it there for now, and I'll be back in a little bit with the next part about Lafayette.